OpenAI has just released their new image model, GPT 1.5. It is widely considered that Nano Banana Pro is the superior image generator to date. So I've gone through and tested with the exact same prompts, and we can see which one ranks the highest on image generation. I have a pretty wide variety of prompts here just to see which works the best and how the lighting and all the details come into play. The first one we have is a close-up portrait of a woman in natural lighting, neutral expression, minimal makeup, realistic skin and texture, shallow depth of field, high detail. So I tried to get some of them to use the different lightings and the different cinematic look. I won't read through every prompt, but I'll leave most of them up here. Part of this prompt is natural window lighting, realistic skin texture. GPT image 1.5, her face is fully lit up from the light, so it's kind of look like it's coming straight onto her. Whereas the Nano Banana Pro one, it's got more of a cinematic kind of a look with a bit of depth look because it's got the shadow on the one side of her face. As for the detail's pretty similar. I would say that Nano Banana has probably come out on top with the detail. It just looks like a bit more, I think it's just because the image is more cinematic kind of a look. You can even see the hair on Nano Banana Pro is a lot more detailed than the hair on GBT. So I'll probably give Nano Banana this one. Next up we have just a person holding a cup of coffee. Also added holding a smartphone in here. The hands look very realistic. You can see there's a bit of a scab or a sore or something on the knuckles here, the veins, the hairs and the freckles. It's very detailed, and same sort of thing with the lighting. It's got that bit of a depth look with the cinematic lighting, and the fingers look like they curl around the cup of coffee a bit more. Whereas the GBT image, it looks like the cup of coffee is kind of just sitting in the hand. They're not actually holding it. From first glance, it does look good. But then if you take a closer look, you can see it looks a bit unrealistic on the angle the fingers are and where the cup of coffee is sitting in the hand. I'll definitely give the cup of coffee to Nano Banana Pro, just for the more depth of field look and the way the hand is actually grabbing the coffee rather than just sitting in the hand there. This one is just a basic prompt for an Apple Watch. They both have generated very well. They both have the shadow. GBT 1.5 has actual reflection underneath it, which looks pretty professional. I do like both these generations here. If I was to go with one of them, I would probably go with Nano Banana Pro just because the watch looks a bit more, other than the reflection, it just looks like a bit more of a, not luxury, but a bit more of a professional shot. Whereas the GBT image kind of looks like something off you'd see on Alibaba. Alright, this one, I found this one very interesting. So we got night street scene with neon lights, rain reflection on a wet pavement, person in a rain jacket, realistic neon light interaction, soft haze, cinematic lighting, high detail, photorealistic. What I really wanted to test with the new GPT model was how it could generate text. We all know that Nano Banana Pro generates text like no other platform available. The new GPT model in this scenario has come up just as good as Nano Banana Pro has, but you can see all the reflections line up. So under the ramen bar on Nano Banana, you can see it's got the purple reflection. On the right hand side of the road, it's got blue and purple reflection from the signs. And then the GBT model has done literally exactly the same. The car lights reflection, the tattoo reflection on the road is all lined up perfectly. They've both done really well here. The one thing I would say is that GBT image probably does look a bit more like of a game. I do think they both look like a game, but GBT probably a little bit more. You could prompt it to get more realistic and it would probably be able to do it. But for this instance, yeah, it just does look a little bit like a game. Modern living room, large windows, furniture at different angles, realistic textures, materials, natural lighting, photorealistic, shallow depths of field, high detail. Once again, both of these have generated unbelievably well. The designs both match, they both look realistic. For some reason, the GPT model is kind of focused on the table and the background's blurry, which is fine. It's not really a problem. You could prompt it so it didn't do that. All the legs on the chairs and the tables and even in the backgrounds, everything lines up. Nothing looks fake or distorted like you sometimes get in the AI imagery. One thing in the ChatGPT image was the light pole. It's probably just because it's not focused in the background, but it looks like the light pole in the GPT image kind of just either disappears or blends in with the wall. But other than that, they've both generated it very well, I would say. Next up, we've got a man just jumping between roofs. They're both kind of gone for the same style, which isn't very realistic, but that's fine because we didn't really prompt for realism at all. We just prompted for cinematic action style, which it has given. I can't really pick out of these two. They're both kind of the same. GPT image is just more blurry because it's trying to get the more cinematic action style, like the person's moving. It's probably honestly done better because it's implemented the low shot more than Nano Banana has, and it's got more motion blur than also Nano Banana. So I'll probably give this one a GPT image. This one is just off a painting. I really like both of these ones, so it'll just be up to you's personal preference which one you like more. They both have kind of a different look. The only thing I can see with the Nano Banana Pro is maybe with a painting in the background through the window there, you wouldn't get that detail with that house. It kind of looks more real, but then everything else inside the room and the girl herself looks like a painting. Whereas the GPT image, even in the background out the window, it looks like a painting as well. So this is personal preference, whichever one you would choose. Now the bottle, this was just a real basic prompt. Matte black water bottle, silver lid, sitting in a shop with a complex background. Now I don't know what Nano Banana is doing here, but it's got the bottle right, pretty much exactly how we prompted, but it's just hovering there, not realistic at all, and it's not sitting in a shop, it's just literally randomly in the air. Everything around it looks realistic apart from the actual bottle, and plus the bottle is massive. Like, it's not a normal size water bottle, it's actually huge. So that is a fail for Nano Banana Pro, which is surprising. But the GPT image model, I reckon that has absolutely nailed it. It looks very realistic. Once again, it's focusing on the bottle. It's got high detail. The table it's sitting on is detailed. It's listened to the exact prompts. And even in the background, like, there's heaps going on in the background there. It is blurred out, but it still looks very realistic. I think GPT has nailed this, and it's done very well. This one's very basic. I was just trying to get the same image we had before with people jumping over the roofs. I was just going to get it a bit more realistic and see how it goes with getting some facial expression. Realistic front medium shot of a man jumping from building to building, rooftops with a nervous look on his face. Nano Banana Pro has done better with jumping from roof to roof. It has nailed the facial expression. It does look nervous. It's probably not as realistic as I would have liked it. If you format your prompting a little bit differently, you could get it to look extremely realistic if you wanted to. The GPT image, you can't see where he's jumping from. It doesn't look realistic at all. The main thing it's taken out of this prompt is the nervous look on his face, so they've really concentrated on that. But once again, it was just a quick basic prompt just to see how quickly we could get them to work the best. Now, we did touch on this a little bit earlier. I was very excited to see how the GPT update handled text prompts. As we know, Nano Banana nails text just about every single time. So you can see here, all the text from Nano Banana is perfect. There's no mistakes at all. Didn't really give it specific prompts, so it could kind of come up with its own thing here, which it has done. That's why they're both quite a bit different. And the GPT has nailed the text as well, which I'm very impressed about. There's no errors in here at all. It's all perfect as well. So you could pick and choose out of these two. It's just pretty much personal preference, whatever you prefer. The last one we're going to look at today is a bit of character consistency and how it uses image references. I uploaded these three very average images on my head just to see how good we can get the character consistency. Nano Banana Pro looks very realistic, like we're actually standing right next to the ring. I didn't upload any image references of Dane White. It's just gone through the internet and found it itself, which is done very well. Even the background here, like all the grandstands up on the big screen, the posters in the background, the lighting, it has absolutely nailed it. The realism in this image is very impressive. As for GPT image, this is probably the worst one out of all of them we've been through today. Apart from the uploads of myself, which is nailed, Dana White doesn't really look anything like that. And if you have a look in the background where we're standing, we're not really standing anywhere at all. We're kind of just up in the air. Like, there's no railings there. It doesn't show us that we're in, like, if we're in a box, it's just randomly up in the air. The text in the background, even though it is blurry because it's a focus shot, the text is still good. The crowd in the grandstands don't look really anywhere near as good, so I'd take that as a definite Nano Banana win. From what we tested today with the text element, it is just as good as Nano Banana, which is very impressive. The character consistency and how it uses reference images is also just as good, if not better, as Nano Banana. So there is some ups and downs of GPT's new update, but ultimately it's up to you and your preference. Don't forget to hit subscribe. I have new AI videos coming out every week. If you know anyone else trying to learn in the AI space, send them over to my videos. Hopefully I can help them out as well. Thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you next week.